Yo, what's
Hello,
up,
hello.
everyone? Hello. How's everyone going? Let me
I
make a
haven't been
quick
on a stage in
announcement.
a while now. Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, like the last AMA that I did in my own server was like a while ago. Now that server is dead anyway.
Really? Well, hopefully this one's gonna be pretty good. How do I add to this? Let me just invite, let me just ping everyone. Copy link. Okay. Done. So yeah, this is Caicos. He does 8 figures in Ecom, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So if any of you guys have any questions for him, ask away. And you guys can also ask me questions too. Caicos, do you want to introduce yourself actually?
Yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Caicos from Germany, originally from Switzerland. I started out like any other of you guys. Actually, how I got introduced into ecom fully was through a Paul Hahn video, the retiring my parents shit. And that was like when I had a lot of time on my hands and a bit of capital that I was able to work with. And I was like, instead of like sitting around and doing nothing and like earning 7 to 8 to 9K, I was like, I have enough time. Let's jump into this and try it out. And I started fully diving into ecom on the 27th of November last year. So that's when I just started learning about ecom. And yeah, ever since then, it's been a ride. And my current winning store I've had since February this year, and learned a lot from it, did a lot of mistakes, fixed them, of course. And ever since then, it's just been a constant development in my own mind, in my creative strategy, and building teams. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
wow.
think some people in here know me. I recognize some names. Droppy, for example. I think Alex as well. Ecom Cole, of course.
Yeah, that's
Some people know
insane,
me, some
man.
people don't. But yeah, that's my story.
Good stuff, bro. Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I see you, I remember you said you were doing like 30K days and you have a whole like team built out. Like, that's incredible. Like, that's what scaling up to those kind of days gets you, which is amazing. Guys, if you have any questions,
Yeah, I,
just Mhm.
I always try to build systems rather than so for I try to be 80% at everything. I try to build around me a team that is 100% in their own things. Editors that are great, customer service that are great, CX leads that are great, um, creative strategists that are great. Everyone has to be 100% at what they do. I want to be only 80%. I don't need to be 100%. So
that's great.
that's hence why I try to build 100% team, which I then can go on to exit. Because investors, they don't want a brand where they need to work 8 hours a day on. No, they want something that even a retard could run. So hence why I take this approach rather than trying to be 100% at everything that I do.
Yeah, that's
I don't need to
amazing.
be a great editor. I just hire
Yeah,
someone that is way better than I am, that has hours and hours of experience in that. So I don't have to move a muscle basically and just tell him what to do, and that output is always perfect. Not always,
for
but
sure.
most of the times.
Yeah, hiring a team, I think, definitely very important. Like, you shouldn't be doing like low level tasks, especially like editing and like all that sort of stuff. And yeah, having the final goal of exiting a business is also amazing. Like having the team built out so that someone like an investor who comes into your business can just take over without having to really be doing 100%, like you said. So yeah, having a team is definitely everything.
Definitely. And I would advise everyone that is even doing $500 days, 1K days, 2K days, to go on to hire an editor. They won't be specifically in that brand. You won't exit that brand. Like a brand to exit needs to be at least 4 or 5 months old, and then even it would be hard. Um, so I would advise everyone to hire an editor that is like by your side at all times, like a friend to you. It will save
For
you so
sure.
much time, so much headache, and he is growing with you. So you need to build a team around you before the war even starts. You cannot grow to 100K a day with someone you just hired. You know, they are not familiar with you. They are not familiar with the workflow. You're just putting them into cold water. It's it goes against you pretty much. How many brands
Mm.
have I sold? I've yet to sell one. I'm in the talks of exiting two right now.
And how much will like you think you can get for them?
It always depends on the net profit, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But one side brand that I wanted to exit for the longest now because it's been a pain in the ass. We are in the talks of low seven figures right now to exit that.
Wow, insane. Good stuff. And like, how long has that brand been running for?
It has been running now for 6 months.
6 months. Wow, all it takes
Yeah.
6 months.
Of
Yo, I
course,
see a lot
yeah,
of yeah.
but six
But guys,
months of
it's
sweat and tears, no blood.
of
So
course, yeah. It's not as easy as it's just like, ripping a product and just running that up and like selling it for like $1 million. Like that's not possible. You got to build a whole system.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
See, but that system you need to build around you once, and then it's very simple to copy paste it. Now, of course, like you won't have the same editors, you won't have the same creative strategists for the other brands, etc., etc. But the system in itself stays the same, and that is the only thing that you need to optimize. Then you can copy paste that into any other brand. But figuring out that system first, that's the hardest part. Figuring out yourself, because there's a lot of people in here, like most of the people in here are a solo brand. They have never hired someone. They are all on their own. Their ads are they don't have any naming system inside of their ad account. It's just new ad set, new ad, new campaign, whatever. So putting a media buyer into that, impossible. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't know what you're trying to achieve. Everything is inside your head. You don't have it written down. So I would recommend everyone that is just starting out to document everything. Every email that you answer, every part of the editing, everything needs to be a tutorial for yourself, kinda. If you understand it from a third person perspective, then an editor would understand what you want from them, a media buyer would understand what you want from them, and customer service would understand what you want from them. When you then go on to hire, it's literally here, read this, this is the exact SOP that I want from you, done. It's very easy.
Good advice. Alex has a question. Yo, guys, by the way, if you want to just like talk to us, just request to speak and just literally answer, we can answer them on this call instead of, texting. Yeah, we've got a question from Alex. He says, at what scale would you recommend hiring a creative strategist? Right now, at 2 to 3K days and constantly pumping out one AI VO concepts a day with 3 hooks, I feel like I'm not testing enough or testing with low quality as my hit rates on those are shit.
Well, it's not about scale, it's rather when you need the time for yourself. But I would not settle for something mediocre when it comes to a position like the creative strategist. I always hire A plus when it comes to that. I don't go to the Philippines or something like that for a creative strategist. No, my creative strategist is a German with a degree that I pay a good amount for. In the beginning, it was 5K a month. Now it's grown to a low five-figure amount a month. Hence why you need to be able to afford this, of course. 5K a month is a lot of money for someone like just starting out 2K, 3K days that probably has like 20 to 30% net profit margin before tax. So it needs to make sense financially, of course. Do the math there. There is no specific set number where you can then go on to unlock it like a fucking character in a video game or something. At any time you could do that. At any time. Just needs to be reasonable financially.
For sure. That was good. Um, I'm looming a walkthrough ad account with editor every week. I'm learning through non-spender and top spender. Okay, yeah. I think honestly, yeah, you can live without a creative strategist. Like I'm literally doing what, 10 to 15K days just by myself. So it's possible. and I don't think I'm
I know
gonna ever
brands that are
hire
doing
one.
100K days. I
Hmm.
know brands where the CEO is everything. He's the CMO, he's the CFO, he does everything except for editing and customer service. It is possible, yes, but it's not exitable because you would
Oh
have to work
yeah,
for that
true.
brand in order for it to be able to be exited, you know? So, uh,
Mm. So
your
yeah,
creative
there's.
strategist should be a reflection of yourself, kinda. You need to be like I said, 80% at it, and then the creative strategist with its expertise in hand comes in, makes it 100%, and you can like step back a little bit. Let it leave on its own, of course. I work hands on everything. I try to be hands on every single part of the business. Sometimes I look over fucking emails, try to reply a few myself, just to help out a little bit, see what's going on. Um, and then just hoping for everything to run smoothly without me doing anything that would be kind of stupid. But that's the goal
Mm.
at the end.
Yeah, I like that a lot actually. Definitely. I will need to look into that too. Like, if I want to ever exit, that's true. Because right now, I'm probably the biggest asset for my business. And like, without me, the business is not running, basically.
Exactly.
Okay. How old are you,
How
Caicos,
old
by the
am I?
way?
22. 22. I
22.
just read that question, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Another question. Yo, Ricky, you're on the call right now. Do you have a question for us? You're muted, by the way. Nope.
Oh,
Maybe.
all
Oh,
right.
yeah.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's up?
Yo.
Um, so how do I pronounce that? Caicos? Is it like that?
Yeah,
Quesos?
Caicos.
Caicos. All right. How you doing, man? And what's up, Miko?
What's up?
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask
I'm
you,
good.
Quesos, because I was just gonna ask you because it appears like you're doing some pretty high figures. You're like up there. I think someone said you do 8 figures or something like that. I was just wondering what your creative strategy because Miko sort of preaches right now like this long form SSL sort of thing where it's like just long form ad copy for statics, and I'm guessing you're probably doing like are you more into those like VSLs like sort of those like health wellness beauty VSLs typical ones, or do you sort of like I just wanted to know what you do there for your creative strategy, and I had a follow-up question towards it, but for it, yeah.
Our brands are all rounders. I don't believe in just one concept to be sustainable for longer than 3 months, 4 months, or even like a month. Hence why you need to spread your ad account. Just having one concept inside the ad account, yes, is good. You can scale to certain days. You can scale to 20, 30K days easily, but as quick as it rises, as quick as it falls. So you will be unprofitable fairly quickly because you will run out of audience. Very simple. You will run out of audience that is the exact ICP that you're trying to reach with your long form copy, with your advertorials, with your VSLs, whichever you kind of only do. Hence why we do everything: VSLs, UGC, uh, long form ad copy, advertorials, listicles, everything. Everything on the board you need to have inside your ad account. With the new Andromeda update, that's the most important thing that you need to have right now: diversity.
Yeah, definitely. That's well said. So my follow-up to that is for the VSLs, because it's something I'm trying to get better at. How do you approach that? Like, I don't know how hands-on you are with it, because you like definitely have your own creative strategist with it, but I'm sure you work closely with them. How do you actually like approach that? Do you have like because the way I see it is there's two ways you can write a VSL. You either just have the actual knowledge yourself to be able to create the structure and everything and fill it all out yourself, or you have a reference already from a swipe file of like many different brands that have the same awareness stage as you, and then you just sort of like ask the AI to rewrite it, and you give it like whatever foundational documents you have, and then your market research and all that. I just want to know how your approach to that is. Obviously, you can't like tell your exact prompts and everything, but if you could sort of give like an understanding to that.
I am the biggest hater of AI out there. I hate AI to the fullest, and I hate depending on AI. Hence why I hate seeing people not even understand what they're writing and leaving everything to AI to do it for them. Scripting, writing, copy in a whole. is just stupid in my eyes. And I've seen people fail over and over and over again because they don't even understand what the output is. They don't understand why it's going wrong. They don't understand why it's going right. So they are not able to replicate it again. Hence why scripting and writing in a whole is done manually. Everything comes from research. I don't look at competitors as a quick and easy way to find good concepts and copy them 1-to-1 or 1-2.5 and iterate on them or something like that. No, we always try to stick to our own found angles, our own found research, and based on that, write everything manually. Research, from research comes everything. I always say that, and I've always said that. If you depend on AI even when doing research, like I see a lot of guys that ask GPT to do deep research because they think that's a new thing, scour the internet and then find some half-assed information and use that to write their scripts, you're obviously doomed to fail. You need to do manual research. You or your team or anyone that you hired, mostly it's just you need to be able to understand what your product is and to whom it's for and what they feel and how they say it. Otherwise, you're just going to fail. Your advertorial is not speaking to them, they will drop off, and you will get 0 sales when you launch a new ad. It's very simple.
Yeah.
I strongly agree with that as well.
Just to
Like, oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, do your Reddit research. Like, I do it every day. And, bro, the amount of stuff you can find on there, like, it is insane. Do not just fully rely on AI and, the deep research stuff. Like, I don't even do that anymore. Like, all my research is done through Reddit or like any forum or any just Google search, whatever. And then I take that information. Then you can, like, once you understand everything, then you can, like, use AI to kind of help you, like, make it even better. Like, the understanding. That's how I use AI now. So, yeah.
Yeah. So just to push a little bit further on the VSL, because I know you got that like direct response knowledge and all that like info, Casto, and I just want to explore that a little bit more. So when you go and approach like writing your VSL, and you already know your ICP down, like to that down to the T, right? Like how do you actually like? Of course you can know your angle and your awareness stage and all that, your UMP, UMS, all that sort of things, your mechanism. But then when you sit down there, like for me, like especially if you don't have like a structure. What's up, Ziki? Um, how do you like actually just like write it all out, like just from your head? Are you doing that just straight from your head? Like, do you have like a structure you're following? If that sort of makes sense.
Do I structure my following? No. When it comes to the raw writing, like when I first sit down, blank Google Docs document, it is all from my head. I just try to find ideas, find scenarios where the product comes in hand, find scenarios where my ICP lays in their bed and thinks about their issue and see what is that causing to their life. It is all just your mind just racing. The best ideas I get are when I take a shit or do something else. I try to always see my VSL scripts and advertorials as a kind of like a movie. I don't see it like as pushing a product. No, I try to make the product the hero at the end that comes in and saves the day. And I try to find different scenarios. So I always see myself as a movie, how do you call it? Regisseur? That's German, fuck.
Yeah.
Director that directs a movie. So I always try to, instead of writing a script, well, it is a script at the end, but I always try to imagine it like different scenarios. Scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and then at the end, the product comes in and saves the day, of course. So it's more just raw writing, just gathering ideas. Sit there, turn on some music, think a little bit, and have even like a notebook or something and write everything down that comes to your mind. Read through your research, and you will connect the dots easily if you're not like a Neanderthal or something.
I'm guessing you're already at like a point where you've seen so many different like VSLs and written so many scripts, and you have such a deep understanding of your ICP that you just sort of know how the structure of your VSL should go, and then you just funnel them through the awareness stages, and you already know your angle and all that. I'm assuming is that like what you mean?
Yeah. But in the beginning, when you have nothing, when you're just like sitting there with the, like I said, the blank the blank document and you don't know what the fuck to do, look at great brands. Look at Obvi, look at O+, look at all these big ass brands and reverse engineer their scripts, reverse engineer their VSLs, read through them raw and just educate yourself. Try to see where do they mention the desire? How are they speaking? Which trigger words are they using? How do they introduce the product? And don't rip them one to one. Don't tell GPT, use this script and rewrite it for my product. Absolutely not. Try to do it yourself. Try to understand every part of their script and why they write certain words down. Not just do it blindly with AI. So that's what helped me as well. Just seeing the big players, seeing how they do it, and just reverse
Yeah.
engineering every step to that. That can
So I'm
help
just gonna be very
if you're stuck at
selfish.
that.
I'll keep this really quick. This is the last one. How would you like if you had to go back and you're at my position with like just like a little bit of like direct response knowledge, how would you quickly ramp up and speed up to get to where you are, of where you can just sort of like approach it, sit down and be like, write the full entire script like A to Z without like barely relying on AI? Is there like certain groups or certain like things you would do? Or is it just literally just doing the work, just
Um,
writing it?
always have a third party look over your scripts. Someone who is a few steps ahead of you, not like, DM Miko or something like that, who is like at 15k days already. No, someone who has like a 1k days, 2k days, 3k days, whatever, who knows a few more things than you. Always get them reviewed. Always get your scripts reviewed, roasted, and then write a new one, an improved one. Get it roasted, write an improved one. Do that for a week, and I guarantee you will be way, way, way better than on day one. It's the easiest thing. It's like a fucking teacher just overlooking your shit, getting roasted, and then rewriting it. It's not like a test. It's more like a fucking kind of like
Yo, is the Wi-Fi broken? What's wrong?
Yeah, I think he
Yo,
but yeah, appreciate it though. I'll
Oh, he
let
just
everyone
cut
else
out.
talk.
Yeah. We'll wait for Caicos to come back. But hey, does any of you have any more questions?
yeah, I got a question.
Yo, what's up?
So when it comes to profit, like at the start, are you focusing on like just reinvesting it back into like the brand and stuff, or
Of course, bro. Where else would you put your money in? Genuine question.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You have to like keep pushing. Reinvest your money back into it. Like just compound your money over time and you'll just have more and more money. So yeah, that's how I see it. How long you reckon it normally takes to find your right ICP messaging at the start? Honestly, my Caicos left. Hopefully he joins back. But it really depends on like the person. It took me maybe a week to find like the winning messaging, which really like helped me scale up and up. And from finding that winning messaging, bro, it was just like easier from there. I was able to crack different angles. I was able to even make the current like winning messaging even better by implementing all these sorts of like different sections. For example, what I did was like I listed like current competitors and I made my like brand seem the best out of the current competitors. So like something like that you could even do and just that will literally boost your conversion rate. Like always test sorry, hold on. Let me add Caicos back. Like always test different elements in your winning scripts to make them even better because they can always be better. Small things add up. Yo, Caicos,
yeah.
you're back.
Um,
You cut out.
yeah, I don't know what happened. Like everything crashed for a second. So kind of like to fully answer. I don't know what you guys heard. Uh, just write. Like literally, getting better at anything in life takes hours invested. You will not learn everything in theory. You have to do the practice. You have to actually sit down and write, get them roasted, and then write more. That's the only way to get better at writing. I think a few days ago I sent in a document that is from a podcast that I just transcripted and put into a nice document with like bullet points on how to get better at writing, how to use adjectives that are visualized, for example, and read that, educate yourself, and then write better scripts. You know, it all comes from time. There is no shortcut here.
For sure. I have a question for you. So someone asked, if you're outsourcing, like let's say 99% of your tasks, what does your day-to-day work look like?
Like I said, I always try to improve our system. I always try to improve the workflow. And for example, a minor thing that I'm working on right now is how to track the bonuses. I don't know, at the end, one ad is getting all the spend, is a huge winner. I don't know which group it came from, which creative strategist worked on it, which editor worked on it, who do I give the bonus to, for example. That's what I'm working on right now, a better naming system in order to pay out my employees better. So it's all these tasks that just make the workflow for the whole company better and more efficient. That's what I'm working on right now. But like I said, I always try to be hands-on on everything. So I try to come up with concepts. I try to write, and I try to come up with new shit. I never just leave it fully to everyone, you know?
Yeah,
I always try
of
to give my
course.
sauce into it as well.
And
Also, I'm
like,
launching new brands. Like, it's not like I do nothing. No, it's not
yeah,
like
that's
I ran
insane,
up
bro.
2, 3 brands and then do nothing. No, I always try to run up more.
Good stuff. And like from that, let's say you were to take a 4-week break and you just didn't touch your brands at all, what would happen?
I did it once. I won't do it again for another year. So back in end of May, when I had my birthday, I tried to do that. I left everything to my creative strategist and bookkeeper to run smoothly. No, it absolutely crashed. Media buyer was offline half of the day, didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't chat to them or anything like that. I left everything to them. So as of right now, I don't know what would happen if I were to leave everything alone. I don't know. I'm still in it. I do it, and I'm kind of afraid to leave everything right now.
So like even with like all this outsourcing and stuff, you're still like very in the business, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a trust issue that I have personally. It's like building a house and then letting other people live in it, kinda, and maintaining, maintaining structure and maintaining cleanliness. It's kind of like that's that thought behind it. I don't know,
For sure, bro. Like, yeah, no words. Like, definitely. Anyone else got any more questions? Type in chat, by the way. If you open up the little chat like next to the elite stage, you guys can talk in there. And if you guys wanna speak, just request to speak, and I'll put you on the thing up here.
How long am I in the game? Since November last year.
So in a year, you've built like crazy systems. You've learnt all these like copywriting skills. Like that's actually amazing, bro. Respect for that.
It's because I don't have a life. Like all I did when I was 18, 19, 20 was go out and party and waste all my money. And I realized that is going to get me nowhere. And I'm just going to burn through money, then lose everything and be back to square one. So I realized I need to fully go ghost mode on the real life people that I know and simply sit down and work.
Wow.
What niches are you winning products from? So the main one, the first one is health, and the second one is pet.
Nice. Came in late. Don't know if this is already asked. You run native ads. Did you just do one concept all the way to 15K days, or what type of ads did you add daily? Unfortunately, as it sounds, yes. my current brand is fully like native image ads. I do have like, yeah, it's basically all statics. And the reason why I'm doing that is simply because I know what I'm doing. And bro, there's so much I can do with native ads as of right now. Like I can implement all these sorts of angles, like all these different ways to talk to the customer avatar, and even different awareness levels. Like you can literally target product aware or even most aware people with native style image ads, which is insane. So yeah, I think in the end, it's more about like the messaging. And if you can get the messaging right, people will just buy. But the good thing of having creative diversity, like having, videos or like long form copy or whatever, is simply because like there's like certain people resonate with different ad copy, like sorry, ad concepts. And yeah, if you have like a diverse amount of creatives, each creative will sort of target a different audience pocket, even if it's the same customer avatar. So yeah, that's how I see it. I highly recommend obviously tapping into all sorts of creative concepts if you really want to scale to, what Caicos is doing, 30K plus days, right? So yeah.
One guy asked me about tips for productivity. Be stressed. Be absolutely stressed. You only live once, and every week that goes by, imagine like a board. Imagine like a board where every single week is like, a dot that you cross off. You only have a few of them. There's not a lot. You're running out of time. So why would you live that time mediocre? Why would you waste your time sitting around twiddling your thumbs or scrolling TikTok, Lock in for a year and you will see the results of that easily. Not even like a year, 3 months is already enough. If you actually dedicate your time to it, 12 hours a day, and you'll be Gucci.
Damn, I
But
really
just
like
sitting
that
around
actually.
hoping that something falls out of the sky by you sitting around is not going to get you nowhere. So yes, discipline is the way. It's just doing the things that you're supposed to do. That's your job as a man.
Would it be
Yo, I
safe
have
to
a
say?
question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yo, in the chat, you said you had 200K when you started, but you said that you were like wasting a lot of money when you were
Yeah,
18, 19, 20.
yeah.
How'd you start with so much money, bro?
I had a few lucky investments. So I come from originally the Forex scene, where a few plays turned out to be good. I wasted a lot of money. Like when I was 18, I was in debt actually. Then crawled my back through out of that and managed to build up a cushion that I just had on the side. Like I didn't even need it up until 4 or 5 months into Ecom. I didn't touch it. So that didn't benefit me in any case or any form. I was living off the money that I was getting monthly from a normal job.
Wow.
Well, not typically normal, but a good paying job.
Insane.
And I have another question. When it comes to like deep research on your avatar, what I think of it as is like basically like an autobiography for like your customer, right? Like basically if you were how like they feel about the problem and all that. But how would you go about uh deep research other than
How
just
would I
looking
go
at that?
about deep research? It is fairly simple. It is hours invested into reading about where your customer speaks. So a old grandma you wouldn't find on Reddit or anything like that. No, you would find her in Facebook groups, for example, talking about her, I don't know, what kind of issues do they have? Joint problems that they have. Look where your customers are, where they speak, where they naturally speak about their issues, and read through that, educate yourself. There is no special sauce to that. It's all just hours and hours of research and reading.
Definitely.
And
I
then
think that's what I've been
by
telling
the time
everyone. Like, oh, sorry. Um, deep research is literally just you getting your hands dirty and just, bro, finding as much information as you can about your customer avatar. That's simple. So yeah.
Yo, Miko, do you mind if I ask another one? Not many people are asking much stuff.
What's up?
I just wanted to run over with you guys just like my current situation with my store, if that's right, based on the metrics and like what you guys would do. Um, so just send a quick screenshot. So recently I've been getting like Miko, you saw like I'm getting some pretty decent metrics with the store, but like the I'm still testing. I'm trying to get my conversion rate higher. So I'll just show you what yesterday's results were. I'll put it in the chat right now.
Yeah.
And
Before you
then
do that,
the
oh yeah, before you do that, we have a question. Would it be safe to say you are mostly testing the copy, or does the visuals play a huge role too? Or how intentional or how much effort do you put into the visuals compared to the copy messaging? I think what really converts is the copy. I solely put most of my time in the actual like copy. With the when it comes to visuals, as long like for me, as long as it's like it triggers some sort of emotion or it like triggers some sort of like curiosity factor, it should do the job just fine. I wouldn't really be stressing about visuals as much. Obviously, they have to look organic, right? They have to look like someone naturally took it on their phone, but that's about it. Yeah, William also has a question, by the way, Caicos.
Yeah, you can ask. Oh, in
What's
chat.
your
What's your approach like when launching a new brand slash test in terms of ads, competitors, niche? I start with the problem first. I try to find a problem that I want to fix. Right? Fairly easy. I try to find something that a lot of people suffer from. Not super niche down, yet not something extremely broad like skincare or acne or something like that. I try to be a bit more detailed. A specific problem that acne causes, for example. Then I go on to finding competitors for that specific problem. Find out what is selling right now, what they are using right now. Just generally map out that specific problem that I want to fix. What are commonly used products, which are my competitors, and then dive deeper into them, of course. Look at their products. If I see one competitor that is doing great, yet their Trustpilot, for example, is horrible, then I know why. Their product is not fully developed yet. I can swoop in, take that product, put in a new improved mechanism, relaunch that into their bottom of funnel, see whether that works or not, and either run it up, expand the funnel inside the ad account fully, or quit it. Or try something else, try another improved mechanism. So when I test a product, I don't try to force a top of funnel advertorial down their throats or something like that. I actually position myself in my competitor's bottom of funnel with the same messaging that they have going on. So, for example, this is for postpartum mommies or something like that. I position myself with that exact messaging in their bottom of funnel with offer image ads. Offer image ads, better offer, improved mechanism. You will see that you can run up this fairly quickly. Now, media buying strategy, fairly simple. I launch ABOs first. I want to have control first, and then only take proven winners into a CBO.
wow? That's a very
That is like
interesting
only
way to go.
after they reach, after the ad sets reach $200 a day, I take them over into the CBO to
Wow,
see whether
maybe
they will
that's
hold up. And then scaling is fairly quickly. Scaling is super quick. I can reach 10K days within a week. It is very easy because it's all a creative issue when the ads don't hold up, doubling budgets every single day. It's all creative issue and you need to fix them. That's all it is.
wow.
It's
That's a
not your
very
ad
cool
account.
approach.
It's not your pixel or something like that, or any other cope that is out there. No, it's all your creatives. Which apps am I using? What do you mean? Google? TikTok?
Oh yeah. Um, Ricky. You can go back to your question now.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, he was referring about like Shopify apps, by the way. So
Oh yeah.
Shopify apps. I mean, fairly simple. There isn't a lot going on. I use True Profits to track my P&L. I use catching bundles. I use Recharge. Now I'm slowly switching into Seco, which is another MRR app. Um, Nothing crazy going on. Nothing super major. Moon bundles if I want to have something more customizable. There's absolutely no
Yeah.
hidden sauce there in Shopify apps.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's, bro, I think the most important thing in your business are your ads. So focus on that. Stop worrying about like what ad account structure or what Shopify apps like. I don't think it's that important. As long as you know, get your ads right, even the worst, product page can still scale. So yeah, Ricky, back to your question.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys would do in my situation. Like, because I don't want to be in like an echo chamber of my own head. But basically, I just sent it in the chat. This is like I'm getting a couple of metrics recently that are pretty good. Yesterday, these were my metrics, and I've been implementing new advertorials because my CVR has been pretty bad. Like, I'll send in what my CVR was yesterday. It picked up yesterday, but that could also be because I upped the budget. Yesterday I was running at a budget of like 100 USD only.
Wait,
I'll go
hold
into
on.
the
Before we say anything more, I'm looking at your like ad metrics, your soft metrics. I don't see an issue with them. They look
like.
perfectly
Oh, I was
fine,
gonna
no?
follow up with that. I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
ask
okay.
like, it's like my conversion rate. If you see, like it's like really low. It only just went up to 3%. Like yesterday, I think it was like 2% or something. Oh no, before yesterday it was like 2% or something like that.
But the
But I was gonna
main
ask like, is
Mhm.
the like add to cart to purchase ratio I have right now, is that like similar to what you have, Miko? Is that like normal or is like does that look like hella low? Like would you say like I need to keep split testing more advertorials and or figure out if it's maybe my PDP is not congruent to my ICP until I like then start really ramping up the budgets? Or do you think I should like because technically I am profitable, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes I like to feel like really like locked in before I like go hella scale, you know? Like make sure everything's like
bro,
dialed in.
why
Yeah, I don't know
not
what you
like
would do.
okay, how I would approach this, like, firstly, your soft metrics are really good. Secondly, I look at revenue per visitor, like that's more important. And thirdly, like your budget is too small. Just increase it, bro. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is it flops. You know the issue then, and fix it. Because right now, there's not really much you can do because um, you know, your metrics aren't even that bad, right? And you're profitable as well. So, like, are you very profitable? Like, what are your margins like running with a 3% conversion rate? They must be really good, right?
What were you asking? Like
Like your
what's my
margins.
profitability?
Yeah, like just what margins are you
Um,
running at with
uh,
your current state? Yeah.
I know it's like pretty good. I don't know that I haven't done the math. I know my CPA is like my break even CPA is like 40 something, and my AOVs are pretty good. But um but yeah, like yeah, I can scale up. I just wanted to like
I think,
would you because my CVR is still like pretty I feel like my CVR should be much higher. Like I see a lot of people come to my store and like you can see like the add to cart to like thing isn't that good. So would you say like um just like keep split testing more advertorials?
dude, I don't
Otherwise you could
even
also be my
like,
PDP.
I wouldn't really worry about that, bro. You're bringing traffic in really cheaply. Like, you're bringing in traffic for point 0.5 cents. Like that's fine, bro. Just scale it. Trust me. Um,
Would you like double it or like what would you do with that?
just double it, bro. That ass like it doesn't matter. Once you bump into an issue, then you can figure out what's the bottleneck. like right now, you don't have any bottlenecks to figure out. So just double the budget and just see what happens, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't look at conversion rate, look at revenue per visitor. Like that's a better guideline, in my opinion. Because I could have a zero point 0.5 conversion rate and still be profitable. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah. Caicos, you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, well, one easy way to see whether there is something fixable or not, or if you have a great advertorial, is see how heavy your filtering is. So let's say your ad in itself is something very broad, talking about constipation, let's say. I'm always constipated. Don't take this out of context. Yet in the advertorial, your hero, for example, is a woman who is in her 40s and talks about, her kids or something like that. Anyone who doesn't have kids or isn't in that isn't in that age range doesn't feel like they are included now. Doesn't feel like it's for them now. So try to find out from public data whether your filtering is too heavy or not. So you find out how many percent, like how big is the percentage of that specific avatar for that specific problem, and see whether your advertorial does exactly that filtering or is there still room to catch up. So 20% read through and actually click through your PDP, but actually it could be 40% of all the people that could be clicking through. Then okay, there is something wrong. Somewhere I'm losing people. Somewhere people read through and then fall out.
Yeah. Filter. That's a very good point, actually. I like that a lot. Cool. Is that Kaching's per visitor for viewers or bro? Like literally, it's just your whatever your revenue is divided by how many visitors are on your site. Like that's all you have to do. So yeah. Basic question. If you understand your ICP and pain points, would you craft your PDP to hit their emotions with direct lengthish copy or be concise with the PDP, addressing how it helps, benefits, etc. as normal, and leave long copy for listicles, asking due to the bounce rate friction of longer forms of copy? Kaikos, you want to answer that one?
I have to reread that again. I didn't get half of that.
I think it was Ali. What I would do is honestly, I would personally craft the. Sorry, what was you asking? I'd rather hit their emotions more in like the advertorial or like listicle or whatever. And then with the product page, I'd rather have the product page solve all like objections that a customer might have before they purchase. That's how I like to see it.
Yeah, the PDP's job is fairly simple. It's just to educate more about the product itself rather than the overall what it does for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even stuff like shipping. Have that ready on your site. If your customer is like unaware of when they are gonna get a surprise in their checkout where it says 8 to 10 day shipping, then that explains your IC drop off right there. So stuff like this that is fairly simple. Your ingredients, what is in there? Is it organic? Is it I'm talking about supplements in a whole right now. Is it how long is it gonna last them? For example, even. Like just handle every single objection that your customer might have before purchasing. That's about it. It's not that deep, you know?
Yeah.
One
For sure.
important thing that is heavily overlooked are product images. invest money into them. Don't try to come up with something in Canva or ChatGPT generation yourself. Invest money into that. On Fiverr, you can find great Amazon listing designers that do that shit within a day for like $50 or something like that. You will see that will cause a major bump in your conversion rate. The images are one of the most important things on your PDP, if not the most important thing.
Wow, maybe I need to invest in that as well. I mean, like with my product images, like they're also really good in my opinion. Like I said, they handle like objections and like they, tell the customer more about the product and like what it does, all that. But hey, maybe I have to check that out too and see if that helps boost my conversion rate even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you need to check before, writing it off as something unimportant or seeing it as, oh, it's all correct. Like, I don't need to change it because same thing with your ads, same thing with your advertorials. You have an emotional bias towards them. You have invested hours into them. You've edited them. You've designed them. You've written them, etc., etc. And then you're proud of that, of course. You made it yourself, fucking great. And then it's hard for you to reread it again and rewrite it again. That's normal human behavior.
Mm.
That's how everyone is. So always have a second opinion look over it. Always have someone look over your shoulder. Never partner up. I'm not a big fan of partnering, but have someone who is working hand in hand. You help them, they help you. That's something great to have. Have like an HQ with like trusted people around you. Never try to go full solo. Where to find people like that? Right here. You're around great people. What I did back then is just be in VCs all day long, speak to people, educate myself. If I can tell someone something, I was. Like, even though I wasn't pulling in great numbers back in January, I was still trying to give out sauce when I knew something that someone else didn't. So just conversate, try to, build connections in servers like this. This is great right here.
Yeah. And literally, you guys can hop in like elite call any time you want. And there's always people that like just join and like, talk and stuff. Like it's great. I think this community is amazing. So yeah.
Okay,
Caicos,
because at
Zeke
your
has a
spend right now,
oh sorry?
yeah, I was just reading that. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
reading a question
Oh
in
yeah.
chat. Do I spend a lot of time split testing tiny different shit on your landing pages? Yes. Yes, because sometimes they make up a 5% bump in conversion, which at this scale definitely makes a difference. A 10% conversion bump. Tiny things like different wording and the different hero or different names for the hero can sometimes bump it. So yes, obviously, I do A/B test that.
Is revenue per visitor a good metric for scaling? Honestly, as you scale, um, your CPA increases, like stuff, like metrics are all over the place. Like I feel like as long as you have like good margins and stuff, like that's fine. And you have like obviously decent like soft metrics, right? And like a good AOV bump, whatever. I guess revenue per visitor is a good metric to look at, but you also have to consider other things as well when you scale. So yeah.
In my humble opinion, if you're below 10K a day in revenue, all that matters is your CPA, because at the end of the day, all we care about is net dollar profit, not net percent, not your CPC, not your CPM. All that matters is your CPA. How much does it cost for you to get a new customer? That's all that matters. So trying to, fix all these soft metrics and then not looking at the final result is kind of like self-destructing. You spend time looking at the wrong things instead of fixing what actually needs to be fixed.
That's true as well. I remember I had a question actually. What would you do if you had like a really high CPC, but you had a really good CPA and you wanted to implement a landing page or something, Caicos?
The soft metrics like that I rarely look at. I use them rather as indicators how far I can scale. So, like I said, with my usual testing strategy, I position myself in the bottom of funnel of my competitors, right? Then the scaling is really aggressive. doubling budgets every single day to see when the CPA breaks. Now, an early indicator for that is your CPC going up. That's a natural sign that there's not enough people for this to be viewed to, and not a lot of people that are interested in clicking that anymore at that scale. So that's your indicator right there. I don't use them to rewrite or make up iterations based off of that. No, rarely.
Right. For sure. Any more final questions, guys? This call has been amazing, bro. Like, very saucy. What's the highest leverage info you know now? Caicos, you want to go first?
Highest leverage info. Do not make the same mistake twice. Never. I have 3 rules. Okay, speed is everything. That's I learned from Andrew Tate back when I was fucking looking at all the fucking typical videos of him, the Tate Confidential shit. Speed is everything. And that is actually true. You need to be. If you have a thought, sit down and work on it, and not let it. Give it another 2 days or something like that. Work and do it.
Wow, that
Rule
is
number
actually
2
so
is
true.
never make the same mistake twice. Learn from your mistakes and avoid them at all cost again. This will give you all the advantages that you need. And rule number 3 is never partner up. It will only cause damage. Like, yes, there is cases where, for example, someone partners up with their brother or their cousin or someone they love dearly in real life. But I've seen people partner up with people from other Discords, and then that one person turns out to be a cunt and scam the other guy. I've seen it over and over and over again in this year of ecom that I'm in right now.
Wow.
So always watch out on the internet. Always watch
Yeah.
out. What's the highest leverage variable in an ad? CPA. All that matters.
Rough Faith. He got scammed by his partner. Do you know do you know who that is?
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yo, if I could just ask one more question. Okay, so what's some like books you recommend on direct response?
Don't read any books. Gotta be honest there.
Oh damn.
Like, you would expect people at high fucking revenue to have like a full bookshelf of books. No, bro. The only thing that I read, and not even fully, was breakthrough advertising. That's about it.
I think,
But
bro,
most of my
honestly,
education came from people like here. Back then, I was sitting in the exact same calls, listening to people who know more than me and just writing everything down. That's how I got all my knowledge.
wow, this is some sauce, guys. You guys better be like, taking notes on this. So yeah. I think most important books, RNBC Method and Breakthrough Advertising. If you can read those two, like, you'll be set. When it comes to your private supplier, do you message them 24/7 on WhatsApp when it's the time to pay for your product, or can you add them onto your Shopify to be able to see themselves? Bro, add them to your Shopify. Obviously keep in contact with them. Like, they need to, you need to let them know, like, sorry, they need to let you know how stock is going, all that, like demand, all that stuff. Keep it simple. Don't waste too much time. Like, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Also, I wanna give something into that. I don't know. Most people treat their suppliers like it's, always at their disposal, always available for a quote or something like that. See it more as a relationship. You won't be able to negotiate anything in the future if they think you're a cunt. They don't want to work with you. They got thousands of people DMing them. They got thousands of people at their disposal ready to give them a quote and work with them. So treat them more like a friend and a true business relationship rather than emailing a company and asking for a quote. It's stupid. Long term, it's not going to benefit you to always ask for a new quote, new quote, new quote.
Yeah, that's actually so true. Like, I have people telling me, "Oh, why is my supplier not replying to me?" Like, "Oh, Like, can they source this product? All this stuff. Like, bro, what I did was literally run up the product before I even asked my supplier. Like, I know it's sourceable. Just, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you do, but that's what I do. I don't even bother wasting my supplier's time. And if it works, then I go to my supplier. If it doesn't, I move on, right? Saves the hassle of going back and forth without even having validated demand. Was your
Pretty
nine
much,
to
yeah.
five? Yeah, sorry. Was your 9 to 5 prior to ecom anything that was useful for ecom? Like it was related to ecom? Someone asked.
Yes. Not in a sense where I learned about marketing or anything like that, but the foundation of building a brand. I had a lot of people around me that were high net worth individuals. So I had a lot of people that I could just ask questions because they had a clothing brand. The other one had a car manufacturing brand. The other one had a tuning brand. Just generally asking them of just advice that I could translate into ecom. And one of the most common denominators were treat your customers like your friend. You know, when you answer emails, do not sound like a brand. Sound like a friend. You're sitting in the exact same boat. You want to fix this issue with them. Hey, let me look into this problem when your order arrives. Here's another 10%. We're so sorry about that, you know. Always treat him as a friend. Always add another name. If you have a higher AOV product, call them up. Do not be afraid to pick up the phone and start calling your customers. When shit hits the fan, when a delivery is delayed or something like that, if you want to gather more customer research, call them and ask them questions. How do you like the product? Oh, how was it? How did it improve your life? Generally, chit chat with them. You will get the best fucking research there is out there. You will hear their backstory, why they bought the product, and then that's all just sauce that you can use in your next advertorial or your next ad or your next VSL, whatever. So actually,
Wow.
customer research, post-purchase customer research is the best sauce you can get.
There you go. Wow. Great call, guys. This is amazing. Anyone got
I
any?
like this. It's been a while for me since I was like in a call like this. Probably like
Yeah,
3-4 months or something.
really. Great session. Am I recording? Nah, sorry, I'm not recording. I'm joking. Yes, this is recorded. It will be on YouTube, hopefully. And I will send it in chat so everyone can rewatch it if you guys missed anything or if you guys joined late, whatever. Cool. Think we might end it here. Thank you so much, Caicos, for tuning in and, sharing all your knowledge and your source today. Like, it has been
No
great.
worries at all.
Yeah.
No worries at all.
W Caicos
I'm
in the
looking forward
chat,
to
guys.
bringing a bit more even people that are higher than me. I have a lot of people in my friend list on Discord that I could bring into here and give you guys some salsa. That would be funny. To
Yeah, that would be cool
maybe have
too.
Sean Eng in here or something like that.
That would be insane. Bro, like, I've even got Davey Fogarty in my contacts, but I don't know if I could get him on here. Hey, who knows? We'll see. That would be
Who
even more
knows?
insane. So, yeah, cool. Thank you so much, guys. I think we'll end it here. So, yeah, see you guys next time.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure for me too. See you,
Have a
everyone.
nice day, guys.
Peace.